Good morning students, hope you are doing good. Today we will discuss about the displacement reactions and double displacement reactions. As in the previous slide we have discussed already, the displacement reactions are the reactions in which one more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal. You can find here two reactants are there. This is AB, a compound, and C is single metal. This C displaces B from AB and becomes AC, and B gets separated. So this is about the displacement reaction. We will study in detail. So first of all, see the definition of displacement reactions. Those reactions in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal are known as displacement reactions. How the reaction takes place? This is zinc and this is CuSO4, that is copper sulfate. In this we will make the solution of copper sulfate. In a test tube we will take water and in that we will mix copper sulfate, that is blue in color. So solution will become blue in color, and in this solution we will add some zinc granules, and after some times when we will observe that the color of the solution changes to colorless. This all happened due to the formation of zinc sulfate, because this zinc displaces copper, because zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate and forms zinc sulfate, and copper gets separated. So when zinc reacts with copper sulfate, it displaces copper from its salt solution. And for this we'll see this reactivity series of metals. This is the reactivity series of metal in which the metals are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. And please learn this reactivity series so that you can know which metal is more reactive and which metal is less reactive. Suppose potassium is here, it is the most reactive metal, and sodium is less reactive than potassium, then calcium is less reactive than sodium, and so on. So please learn this reactivity series, because sometimes a question are asked in the question paper. Suppose the reaction is given to you that silver Ag plus CuSO4, and they ask whether the reaction will take place or not. In that case you will write there will be no reaction, because silver is less reactive than copper. You can see silver is down the copper or below the copper, so silver is less reactive. So please learn this sequence of the metals, how they are arranged in the reactivity series, so that you can answer correct whenever such kind of questions are asked in question paper. One more example of single displacement or displacement reaction you can find here. This activity is there in your book also, and you can do in the lab also. So this is the test tube. In this test tube we have taken copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution, as I told earlier, it is blue in color. You can find the color blue. It's clearly visible here. And this is a nail which is dipped in the solution. This nail should not have any deposit on it. So better while doing experiment, we should use a new nail. Then after the reaction, after some time when you will leave it undisturbed, you will find that on the nail some deposit of brown color is there, and the color of solution changes to green. This change in color is due to the formation of iron sulfate, that is green in color. So remember again the colors, because sometimes the questions are asked what is the color of the copper sulfate or iron sulfate or zinc sulfate. So please remember the colors always, that iron sulfate is green in color, copper sulfate is blue in color, zinc sulfate is colorless, like this. Right, so the reaction takes place like this. Fe, that is more reactive than copper, so Fe displaces copper. Fe plus CuSO4, you can see Fe displaces copper and becomes FeSO4, and copper gets separated. So this is the reaction. Suppose this is Fe and this is copper sulfate. So Fe, that is iron, displaces copper from copper sulfate, and the reaction happens like this is copper and this is iron sulfate. Now we will discuss about the double displacement reactions. Double displacement reactions are the reactions in which two reactants exchange ions to form new compounds, which are known as double displacement reactions. Two compounds are formed, as you can see. These are after the reaction, and two reactants which take place. These are, suppose one example I have written here. This is barium chloride and sodium sulfate. As you know that barium chloride, you have made the formulas in class 9th also. So you know that barium is positively charged ion. Chlorine is negatively charged ion. When they two combine together, they form barium chloride. In the same way, in sodium sulfate also, sodium is positively charged ion and sulfate is negatively charged ion. First of all, when we'll do this activity is in the syllabus also. You have to do practical also of this. So barium chloride, one aqueous solution you will make in one test tube. You will take, suppose, water, and in that water 2 gram of this barium chloride you will add. In the same way, in other test tube you will take water and you will add 2 gram of sodium sulfate. That these two are in the solid form. Now you are making the aqueous solution. You will mix these two solutions and you will leave it undisturbed for some time. Why is it necessary to keep the solution undisturbed? Because you will give time to happen a reaction there, and after some time you will find that some white color solid deposited or collected at the bottom of the test tube. This is basically the white color precipitate. It is known as precipitate in the solid form, and it is of barium sulfate, because this barium positive ion and sodium positive ion, these two are exchanging the place. Barium comes to sulfate, it reacts with sulfate and becomes barium sulfate. Sodium reacts with chlorine to become sodium chloride. So this is white precipitate of barium sulfate which is deposited at the bottom of the test tube, and because the precipitation, you can see the precipitate is formed in the reaction. That is why the reaction is known as precipitation reaction. So sometimes it is asked, okay, what are the precipitation reactions? Please remember, double displacement reactions are also precipitation reactions, because in these reactions you will find the formation of precipitate during a reaction. Other example of this double displacement reaction, by this activity you can find in these two flasks. In one flask we have taken copper sulfate solution. Again in water we are adding copper sulfate which is solid, and the solution which is formed, it is blue in color. In another flask we have taken sodium hydroxide. Again both aqueous solutions are there, and we are adding these two solutions, and after some time we'll observe, when the solution is kept undisturbed, after some time we'll see that a deposit of a pale greenish blue solid at the bottom of the flask. This is copper hydroxide, and the solution is of sodium sulfate. So the reaction goes on in such a way: NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, copper sulfate, that is this copper sulfate CuSO4, and after the reaction this copper exchanges the place with sodium and becomes copper hydroxide, and sodium becomes sodium sulfate. The formula of sodium sulfate is Na2SO4. And for balancing the reaction, because if you will see the formula, in this sodium is 2 here, so that is why the 2 is put here for balancing the reaction. So this is a balanced reaction. Now sodium is 2 here, 2 here, O2 here, O2 here, H2, H2, Cu1, Cu1, SO4, SO4. So this is all about the double displacement reaction. You can find here again in symbolic representation also. This is CuSO4, and this is suppose NaOH. So this Cu is exchange the place with Na. You can find it. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. But please revise the topics again and again, because these all reactions you have to learn, and all these reactions, how to balance the reactions, and what are the combination reactions, what are the decomposition reactions, displacement reaction, double displacement reactions. Please write the definitions of these all reactions in your copy along with the reactions which examples are given to you, and learn these all. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.